ultimately, it's the most important question the human being has to face, whether or not there's a God, because of two huge reasons. One, if there's no God, there's no ultimate meaning to life. All of life is just random chance. It's a fluke. I have no more meaning than a pebble on Jupiter. People don't really wrap their minds around that reality. Life is ultimately, utterly meaningless if there's no God, if there's no designer, no creator. That doesn't mean that people can't make up a meaning in order not to go crazy, and they do. It's called existentialism. You can't look in the mirror in the morning and go, "How you doing, meaningless, you bunch of molecules?" We can't do that. We would go nuts. The human being aches for meaning. By the way, that's one of the arguments I have for there being a God, a meaning giver, the fact that we need meaning. So the atheist has to be intellectually honest, just as we religious people have to be intellectually honest about the problem of suffering and so on. We have problems, they have problems. But they have to be honest, and many are. If there is no God, life ultimately has no purpose. We can make them up. I want to be a good father, I want to be a good husband, I want to be a good worker, I want to be a good person, but they're all made up. They don't inherently exist. The second reason is morality. If there is no God, there's no ultimate meaning, and if there's no God, there's no ultimate good and evil. So let me explain for the 50,000th time, and I may not be exaggerating in my life. That doesn't mean an atheist cannot be a good person. Of course there were good atheists. There were good people who believed in Zeus. There were good Incas. There were good Mayans. There were good Buddhists. There are good atheists, of course. But if there is no God, in the final analysis, if there isn't a moral God, then murder isn't wrong. If there isn't a God who says murder is wrong, then who says murder is wrong? My society? Well, many societies said murder is right. So it can't be society. Is it my conscience? Obviously, a lot of people who have done enormous evil have lived very well with their conscience. So conscience is not enough, society is not enough. Only if there is a God who says thou shalt not murder is murder wrong. Only if there is a God is Auschwitz wrong, is Gulag wrong, is rape wrong. People don't want to wrap their minds around that either because they want to think, oh, I don't need a God. Hey, I could be good without a God. Yes, there are people who could be good without belief in God. I acknowledge that. And there are bad religious people. I acknowledge that too. Those are separate questions from, is there an objective good and evil if there is no God? And the answer is no.
Thanks for watching. Click subscribe and hit the notification bell below for daily pearls of Jewish wisdom.